Welcome to iPaintGirls.com. This is Neil Fontaine, and I'm doing a speed painting of like a jungle scene. Now, as I start, I just lay down the color scheme I want. In this case, I know I want a lot of greens, and I'm going to offset those greens a little bit of like pink and yellow toward the end there. I have a general idea of what I want in my head before I even begin. What I'm trying to do here is create depth, so I have the very, very background, which can be really white, like almost like it's bleached out, you know, like when there's too much bright light back there and the cameras can't pick up the detail. And so I'm going to bleach that out way back there with like kind of a greenish yellow color, and then the trees that are way far in the distance, you're just going to barely be able to see like shapes and stuff. As the trees get closer to us, you'll be able to see more detail until finally you have the trees really close to us, which have the most detail. I wait until after I have all that laid down before then I deal with contrast, that is, bringing the objects in the foreground, making them the darkest objects, the most detailed and darkest, whereas the objects that go in the background get more lighter and lighter since everything is backlit. It's like a backlit painting, and so everything in the foreground becomes more like silhouettes. It's an interesting technique. It looks pretty cool, I think. Another way you can do it the opposite way is where you can light the front and make the background fade to darkness, or you can have both, where the back is lit and the front is lit. With more light in the front, so that the objects aren't like silhouetted, but they're still going to have the highest contrast within their shadows and stuff, and that's how you'll differentiate them from the background. Sorry about that background noise. That's my hamster. I got two hamsters, and they're really cool. They're really tiny little hamsters, and one of them is running in his wheel right now. I want to get him a wheel with like ball bearings or something, but I can't find one yet. Right, so I decided that the whole thing was kind of bland and plain, so I wanted to add more to it, and so I added this other tree behind that tree right there that's hanging over the foreground, or a tree branch, whatever you want to look at it as, you know, big old jungle type thing. I put some vines. I probably could have put more moss and more vines, you know, added more detail, and then I decided I want to make like these people living in the trees, and I started doing stairs, but then I realized those stairs are too small for the people. The people I want to be a little bit bigger, or maybe not, but I don't know, it just didn't seem to fit right, so I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to remove them. So I removed the stairs. Then I add a couple little people to the image. I was going to add like these weird hamster type people, because my hamsters are in the background. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I decided to add more like elf type people. And so the elves are living in the trees. Glowing eyes, which is why I put the glowing eyes there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put another guy up here. It's just, you know, real quick type thing. I don't put much detail to him. I just want to make it look like, you know, hey, he's a dude like leaping off this type of jungle vine there. Then notice I put down the pink first and then put the yellow to kind of add like a warmer glow at the edge. And I think it looks pretty cool. And then, you know, the little highlights. Anyway, it's just about done. So visit my website, iPaintGirls.com, for more free tutorials. And I'm going to be coming out with another probably a 10-hour course, which is going to be on drawing faces and heads from different angles, hands, and also feet. I'm going to try to incorporate all that into one big course. The last one I did was mastering the human figure, but that didn't cover faces, hands, and feet. So that's why the next one will cover those, because it's really a big topic. Thank you for watching.